And what is a short-run problem? Short-run problem is basically the following: that you maximize with respect to y and l, py minus wl. So again, your objective is to maximize profit, but you cannot choose capital because capital is something that you have already chosen in the long run. So now you have to go with that amount of capital. You cannot, you are not allowed to change the capital, every day, something like that. You can take a decision about, let's say firing workers any day, okay, or hiring worker any day. But let's say if you have already invested in the machinery, then you cannot just say that, okay, I want to switch to a bigger plant today, and then I want to just switch to a smaller plant today. So basically, you only take that kind of decision for the long run. Okay, capital is something that is not an everyday decision. Okay, but labor can be an everyday decision. Is that fine? Okay, so have you understood long run, short run now? Okay, so just imagine a scenario where you've already taken a decision about the capital. Now you are taking a decision about the labor. Okay, and so it's like an everyday problem. Okay, so you're going to decide how many units of labor you want to hire, and then how many units of output you want to sell, given that you have some machinery. Okay, given that you have some capital. Okay, so obviously you will be incurring the cost of the capital, whether it's a long run or the short run, you will be incurring it. So still it is part of your profit. Okay, but you don't decide that. Okay, you have already taken a decision about it long time back, and now you're just incurring that as part of your cost. Okay, so this is also, you can also call it kind of a fixed cost. Okay, I haven't formally defined what fixed cost is. I'll do that. Okay, but this is the nature of this part is that it doesn't change if by changing your decision about what you want to sell, and that's why we call it a fixed cost. Okay, so anyways, let's just come back to this problem. So this is what you want to maximize, and that's your constraint. Okay, the constraint is the same, that you want to sell y unit of output, and you want to hire l unit of output in such a way that you maximize profit, and obviously your whatever you produce should exceed what you want to sell. Okay, I mean, you cannot sell more than what you produce. Okay, so that's your constraint. Okay, so that's the short run profit maximization problem. Have you all understood this? Okay, so let's see how to solve this problem. Again, it's a two variable problem. So if you want, you can draw level curves and approach this problem by drawing the level curves. That's one approach, but I will use a similar kind of approach that I used for the long run. Okay, I'm going to just break this problem into two problems and then do it. Okay, because I want to also give you some concepts which are related to it. Okay, some concepts that are defined when you actually divide this problem into two problems. Okay, so what you can do is you can just divide it like this: maximize with respect to y, py minus minimize with respect to l. So it's exactly the same step that we did in the long run problem. It's just that now we just have one choice variable. Okay, subject to y less than or equal to flk. Is that okay? So it's actually an easier problem if you really think about it, because it's just, you're going to solve two problems. This is one variable, and then this is also one variable problem. Okay, so it's actually pretty easy. Okay, by the way, solution to this problem is known as short run conditional labor demand function. So if you remember, the cost minimization problem of the long run, the solution was known as conditional labor demand function. Here, because it's a short run problem, you call the solution short run conditional labor demand function. Is that clear? Okay. So what is short run conditional labor demand a function of? LC. So what is it a function of? Okay. It's a function of W, R, Y, and K. Because that's what you take as given, right? Okay, so solution will now also have K in it. Okay, because that's what you also take as given. Is this clear? Okay, fine. So that's your short run conditional labor demand function. Now, once you have the solution, you can plug this back into the cost, and that will give you the short run cost function. Okay, so short run cost function will be a function of W, R, Y, K. Okay, it is actually equal to W, L, C, W, R, Y, K plus R, K. Okay, that's your short run cost function. Okay, now once you solve this problem, then you solve this particular problem where you maximize profit with respect to Y. Okay, solution to this problem is known as short run supply function. Okay, short run supply function, and it is a function of what? P, W, R, K. Is that okay? And then when you substitute this back into the short run conditional labor demand function, you will get the short run labor demand function. LS, short run labor demand function, P, W, R, K. And it's going to be a function of P, W, R, K. Is that okay? Exactly the same story. So you plug this in here and you will get this, the short run labor demand function. Okay,